So you're going to Iceland. Or maybe not, maybe you just are dreaming and you really want to go someday. Well, this video will be for you because I'm going to go into our whole entire itinerary that we did to go around the ring road of Iceland, and it's about 8 days worth. I'm going to share with you things to do, even some places that we ate at, and all the accommodation that we stayed in. I will also leave a full Google My Maps link in the description below so that you can find exactly where all of these places are located. So let's get into it. Hey guys, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to say that this is a very flexible schedule. It doesn't have to be the exact 8 days. You can stretch it out, cut things out of it, whatever works for you. And if you'd like to watch our travel vlog from our time there, go ahead and watch it. It's right up here somewhere that you can find it and look at it. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump right into day 1. So you just landed at the airport and you're super excited to get out and explore. Well, the very first thing I recommend that you do is go to the grocery store. Why? Because Iceland is very, very expensive. So if you go ahead and head to the grocery store first thing, it's exactly what we did. We went and we got like granola bars, some ramen, and some peanut butter and jelly and stuff so that if we're just hungry in the middle of our day exploring, it's there. And this itinerary is probably a little different than other ones that you've seen. We didn't even stay in Reykjavik. We actually left Reykjavik the second we got there. We like to get off the beaten path whenever we travel, so we didn't even care to go to the Blue Lagoon. Now I understand if that is something high on your bucket list, yes, of course, stay in Reykjavik and do that. But later in the itinerary, I share a different hot spring that I think is a lot better than the Blue Lagoon could ever be. So just wait for that. Okay, so after groceries, start heading to the town of Lagvartin? I don't know how to pronounce it. Here, let's see. How do you pronounce this? Laugarvatn. All right. On your way to go ahead and stop at the waterfall called Spartafoss. That's a nice, good waterfall for you to first stop at, get your legs moving, and of course, it is beautiful. Depending on how late your flight came in, you can either stay here longer or you can only stay a couple minutes, whatever works for you. And then next, you're gonna keep driving towards Lagafart to Geysir Crater. Geysir Crater. So we went back to our hostel, and the hostel that we stayed in was High Hostel. It was a great hostel, and then we just kind of ate in our hostel that night, and we had ramen and everything. We didn't actually go out to eat because we were trying to do Iceland on a budget. And then around sunset at that night, just go ahead and explore that town. If you've seen that Netflix documentary with Zac Efron, and he's, I think it's the very first episode, and he's in Iceland, you can stand right where he stood. And if you have a little bit more of a budget, just go ahead and go into those hot springs that are there. It looks amazing. We didn't do it, but if we had more of a budget, I definitely would have. All right, day 2. Now this might have been my favorite day out of all of our time in Iceland, and it's because it's jam-packed with things to do. And so you need to start your day early. Get up, get going, and start exploring. So you're in the town of and that is actually part of the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle is what most people end up doing just because it's so close to Reykjavik. So if you'd like to explore the Golden Circle in more depth, then go ahead and stay an extra night at that hostel. So go ahead and head up north on the Golden Circle and you'll go to Geysir. Now, this is a geyser that goes off pretty regularly, so you'll be able to see it. And there's a lot of geothermal activity going on there and some cool steam coming off of it, especially in the morning. So hitting this first thing, you'll be able to see a lot of fog and steam coming off of it. Aaron actually had really great timing whenever filming this. Look at this.
Look at that timing. Could that have been any better?
That was awesome.
Watch it not be recording, per
gosh.
usual.
Yeah, it couldn't have gotten any more perfect. We were just so excited that we got that on camera. Then after that, you're gonna keep heading on the Golden Circle to a waterfall called Highfoss. It's totally massive, totally beautiful, and just beware, it did cost me $2.50 just to go to the bathroom there, but that's a small price to pay whenever you're seeing a beautiful, beautiful waterfall for absolutely free. But I say that just so that you know to keep cash on you because you never know whenever you're gonna have to go to the bathroom and it costs money. Okay, so after there, you're going to be in the car for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. And it's kind of out of the way and it will add about 2 hours to your trip, but If I could recommend one waterfall to see in all of Iceland, it is definitely this one. And it's called Highfoss. Yeah, just look at this, look at it. Yeah, so go there, do it, you will not regret it. Okay, so after there, you are going to be in the car again for about 1 hour and 45 minutes, but trust me, the drive is just so beautiful, you will not even notice you've been in the car that long. So you're gonna be driving to the next waterfall, which is probably the most Instagram famous waterfall in all of Iceland, or at least one of them, because there's a lot. And it's called Seljalandsfoss.
Seljalandsfoss.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But what I recommend you do is don't just see that Instagram famous waterfall. Keep going, it's a little hike, maybe 1/4 of a mile to 1/2 a mile down, and there is another waterfall that's in this cave. You kind of have to go through this slotted canyon looking thing, and then there's just a waterfall falling down into, and it is just gorgeous. All right, so you should be getting close to sunset by now, and there is a great place to watch the sunset. It's a black sand beach called Reynisfjara. But yes, it's a black sand beach, and there's these cool rock cliff formations on the beach, and be aware, the surf does come up pretty fast. I almost got swallowed by it, kinda. All right, so after there, you're going to be heading to your hostel for the night. We stayed at Klosterhof Guest House. I feel like I nailed that one.
Glacier.
But this hostel has a beautiful location right next to its own waterfall, like right behind you. It is so gorgeous. And then we went out to dinner, and this was not supposed to happen, but we were starving and we were filling up with gas in our car. And the gas station that we were at actually had this grill inside with burgers and fries, and we were like, that looks so good. It cost us about $50 for both burgers and fries and drink. But honestly, I think it might have just been because we were so hungry, but I still think about that burger sometimes. It was really good. All right, day 3. So start this day by hiking up to the top of that waterfall and watch the sunrise. It's absolutely beautiful, and you will not regret that. All right, so go ahead and get all packed up, get in your car, and next you are going to be heading towards that big white mountain. It's called a glacier, and it is beautiful. And on your way to the glacier, there will be this cool piece of art on the side of the road. It looks like remnants of a bridge, which it actually is. It was from a volcano erupted, and it melted some of the icebergs, and the icebergs took out the bridge. But whenever you're there, you'll be able to learn more about it, and it's a nice memorial of what happened. Next, you'll head to a waterfall called Spartafoss. Now, this is a very popular waterfall hike. It takes you about 30 minutes-ish to get to the waterfall, and it's uphill, so go ahead and be prepared for that. I just remember there being people all around, and there was this one picture I really wanted to get, and there's these people just having a picnic right on it for like 30 minutes, and we waited and didn't really get it, but that's okay. So if you don't like being around a lot of people, then maybe skip this one, but it's still really worth it to see. Now just keep heading more towards the big white glacier, and then next you'll stop at Jakobshavn. Jökulsárlón. Kind of close. And at this little lagoon, you'll get to get right up close to icebergs. I was, I don't know, out of this world excited about being close to icebergs because I've never seen them before. And then right across the lagoon, head towards the ocean side to a beach called Diamond Beach. And here you can see basically icebergs just washed up on the beach. And then after that, you're gonna go ahead and head to the town of Hup. I know how to say that one. So it's spelled Hup Inn. I guarantee you I would have made that mistake, but no, someone said it's Hup, like you're going Hup, I don't know. So we stayed in an inn called Hup Inn Guest House, and it definitely was one of the nicer places that we've stayed in, and I really recommend that place. And then we stopped at a local restaurant. I'll go ahead and put that restaurant in the Google My Maps so you can find it. But it's some great local food, and it was around $40 for us both to eat, and it was just delicious. All right, day 4. Today you're gonna start heading towards, how do you say that? Spartafoss. Icelandic is so hard. And on your way there, it's just going to be probably one of the most beautiful drives that you'll go on, and it's windy roads and it's just amazing. We stopped a few times along the way. The first stop we did was a waterfall, and I cannot find the pronunciation for this waterfall. So I will put it up here like always, and I'm gonna try to say it. Let's laugh together. Jakobshavn, Spartafoss. So that was the first waterfall we stopped at. And then we stopped at the second one, which I also can't find the pronunciation on, Spartafoss. And I actually think I said that one right. It has to be right. I sounded Icelandic there, I think. And they're really close to each other, so you can just go hit one and then hit the next one right after that. And also along this road, you'll find this really cool orange lighthouse. Go ahead and stop there. It's a really cool point for pictures, and it just, I don't know, looks really picturesque. So go ahead and continue to Spartafoss. I'm getting good at this, man. And this town is the one that has that church with a rainbow walkway up to it. You've probably seen it on Instagram and everything. It's a huge Instagram spot. But the reason we went there was not just for that church, it's because there's a windy road going down that was in the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's one of Aaron's favorite movies. He just loves like the adventure in it and everything. So if you've seen that movie, it's really cool to see that road that he skateboarded or longboarded down in the movie. So you can either stay here for your accommodation, but we did not. And the reason I say that is because the next place we went to, let's just say it's in my top 5 crazy travel stories. I'll link that up here if you would like to go, I don't know, listen to that story. And then I also say that it's because that place is no longer there. He is not renting out his accommodation, and I think that's probably for the better. Uncle Gary, you just go watch it. And that town that we stayed in was called Egilsstaðir. Egilsstaðir. All right, day 5. Now, this is a relaxing day. You deserved it. You've been out and about doing hikes, looking at waterfalls, in the car a lot. Day 5 is all about relaxing in a nature bath. So, yes, I know Blue Lagoon is all the hype, and that's exactly what everyone wants to do when they go to Iceland. But we decided to go to the Mývatn. Miva. There's literally an inn. Okay, whatever. I'm glad I don't have to learn Icelandic. So you go to the Miva nature baths and just go ahead and relax, enjoy, have a few drinks, and just take in the beautiful scenery. And yes, it will smell like sulfur, but what nature bath doesn't? And it's just very enjoyable. We had a great time, and it was well-deserved, relaxing day. And then we went ahead and went to our place that we were staying that night, and it was called Elda Guest House. All right, day 6, back to exploring. All right, so you're gonna wake up at Elda Guest House, and then you're going to go to the I'm just gonna frown at this one. I feel like I have to speak in a higher voice because she did. All right, and that word is a cave, and the cave was actually inspired by the scene in Game of Thrones whenever Jon Snow and Ygritte get all frisky in that hot cave. And then after there, go ahead and head on over to the Rootless Cone. They're like pseudo craters, and they just look like these, as if like big meteors have gone. I actually don't even remember what the reasoning behind them are, but they are really cool to see. You can just walk around and look at them. And then head on over to Kapla Crater. I can't say that. Head over to Kapla Crater. Now these are all pretty much in the same spot. It's in this thing called the Diamond Circle. It's just a nice big round road, kind of like the Golden Circle, but in the northern eastern part of Iceland. And the Kapla Crater, there is actually this like pretty like bright blue pond type of thing, and it's a beautiful spot to fly the drone if you have a drone. And then after that, head to a massive waterfall called Spartafoss. Next, you'll keep heading on the Diamond Circle, and you'll go to this lookout point that I cannot find the pronunciation of, so you get to listen to me again. Yay. You go to the lookout point, Hringsjabarg. Probably not even close, that's fine. But it's a beautiful lookout point right on the side of the road, and it is the most north I've ever been, and you're really close to the Arctic Circle there, I believe, if not right on it. And then you'll keep heading on to the town that you're going to be sleeping in for the night, and it's called Akureyri. Akureyri. I gotta be right on that one. I got to.
Akureyri.
And then here you'll stay in the Akureyri High Hostel, which is another chain of hostels that are great. All right, day 7. Now this ended up being more just of a driving day for us because we knew that the next day, day 8, was going to be a very jam-packed filled day. And we didn't do much on the drive. We just kind of drove there, enjoyed the beautiful scenery, and then stopped if we wanted to. We didn't actually go out and see much of anything. Now we kind of regret that. So I would do some research and see if you want to see things along your drive on there. And the reason we regret that is because, all right, here we are, day 8, and it started to downpour rain when we woke up, and we were supposed to go to Snæfellsjökull.
Snæfellsjökull.
We were going to go to that national park, and because it was just downpouring rain and almost like sleeting rain, it was almost just a little too dangerous to get out and go visit. So we ended up staying in our hostel in Bogarnes is where we ended up on day 8. And it's a little upsetting that we didn't get to go see our final day in Iceland, go see what we wanted to see. Hopefully you can. I guess it just leaves room and time and much more exploring to do whenever we come back to Iceland someday, which we will because we just loved it. And that name of the hostel that we stayed at was the Bogarnes High Hostel, which is another part of the Akureyri High Hostel, same company, just in different cities. So that is my 8-day itinerary in Iceland. And again, I have my Google My Maps link in my description. There's even more on there, stuff that we didn't have time to go visit, and it's on our list for next time. So if you go to Iceland and you visit any of these places, please let me know. I would love to see your pictures, your videos, anything. Iceland is very near and dear to my heart. I loved it so much, and I would just love to hear about your experience. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please hit like and subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and until the next video, bye.